2024 is now coming to an end, and I thought I would take the time to tell you guys how I grew my music this year. So this year, I was able to pass 10,000 overall streams on Spotify, and also I was able to get 30,000 views on YouTube in just 4 months. In September, I seen a lot of growth just because of these main things that I was doing. So the first thing that I was doing was staying consistent. So I would be releasing music every week, and that really grew my profiles because I didn't want people to go to my Spotify page or my YouTube and see basically nothing or 3 songs. So I decided to release music pretty much weekly, and this is what my profile looks like now. It looks almost finished, basically. It looks full, it looks like I'm an actual artist. Another thing it did was add variety for listeners. When people streamed my music, found my music, they might decide that they want to listen to something else of mine, so they go to my page and find something else. And it adds just variety for the listener. I was also uploading YouTube videos consistently of me talking to you guys how you guys can do your own production of music. One of my biggest videos out there right now is me basically talking about how I switched from how I switched from FL Studio to Ableton Live. And that's one of my biggest videos. And so staying consistent on YouTube also helps because it shows people that I actually know what I'm doing. You might have heard this in school. Show your work. This is me showing my work. Another thing is I also upload these visualizers that you may have seen. Frost on the Keys just hit 30,000 views. If you want to go check that out, you can check it out at one of the tops here. I don't know which one it's going to show up as, but check it out. So staying consistent will also help you learn about your craft. I've learned a ton of different things with just messing around and releasing these beats weekly, how to do specific things. I've tried different things out. Now, the past month and a bit, I haven't been as consistent, and it's really shown on my Spotify page. So usually I get reoccurring listeners, but lately, the past month, it's dropped. And like 30 to 40 days ago, I had 100 monthly listeners. I know it may not sound a lot, but it is. It's 100 monthly listeners is like the first step to success. The next is 1,000. Once you get 1,000, you're gonna be rolling. You're getting places. But 100 is the first step, and I used to be at 100 until I stopped being consistent. Be consistent. The next thing I did, and it may be just a little controversial. It's pretty pay to win, but it's either you invest a lot of time or you invest a lot of money, which pretty much equates to time. So either way, you're spending time. This next thing is Spotify's advertising. So Spotify Marquee. So basically you pay for an ad spot on the homepage of Spotify. I did this. $140 Canadian got me showed on the main page of Spotify just over 10,000 times. And that converted to 400 and some odd clicks, which ended up converting to 300, I think, listeners. You will definitely most definitely not make that money back for quite some time. I have not seen that money returned to me. No, it will not happen. You need to, grow it up more. This is just one avenue of getting reoccurring streams, basically. Do not spend $1,000 on it if you don't have $1,000, and if you expect that to be returned to you within like a year, that's insane. You need to do a lot more than that. It's just one thing that you can do to kind of get your music more seen. But that is one thing that I did, and I am quite happy with the results because it did bring reoccurring people to listen to my music. So that's one thing you can do. I think you need to get 1,000 streams within a year. It's not that hard. Just get a couple of your friends to listen to your music. Speaking of your friends, another thing that I did was share my music with my friends and family. You have to do it. If you're nervous to do it, don't be. If you're nervous because people will, I don't know, make fun of you, I mean, I went through that. I mean, listen to Caffeinated, okay? I went through that. That was my first ever song with lyrics, and let me tell you how much I was clowned for that song. So it will happen, but if you have supportive enough friends, supportive enough family members, you'll be alright. Speaking of sharing, also, what I did was I rebranded pretty much everything. All of my social media was rebranded to Journxl. So my Instagram used to be my basically my personal Instagram, and now it is not. I do not have a personal Instagram no longer. I have Journxl, which shows all my music. Anytime I release something, my story is all my music. New release this, new release that, new video this, new video that, you know? Use Instagram as a tool. Like one thing that I benefited from that was I have 2,000 followers. So a lot of those followers went and at least listened to my music once, and they decided they were gonna continue listening to my music or not. You know, so just use social media. You're gonna have to use social media. That's one thing I did. And then another thing that not many people do is I made a curated playlist of other lo-fi artists and me. A lot of the artists that I add to this playlist, Chillgen, if you want to check it out, a link is in the description. A lot of people that I add to this playlist are smaller artists. I mean, there's some bigger artists, Eldre, one of them, a bunch of others, but I like to add a lot of smaller artists. That way, if they see it in their dashboard, like I can right here, they'll say, oh, what's this playlist? And then maybe they'll check it out. Maybe they'll share it to their Instagram or wherever saying, hey, I got added to this playlist, whoop-de-doo. So this playlist isn't too big right now. I'd like it to get a little bigger, of course, but it's gotten me 5 listeners and also a bunch of streams. So that also added to the number, which kind of helped. So that's another idea that came to me one day, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. Why not? It won't hurt. You can try it too. It will not hurt. It didn't hurt me. So yeah, those are the things that I did this year. I'm hoping to do more. Matter of fact, I will do more. I got more videos coming out. I got more music coming out. 2025, I'm gonna be making tons of music gonna be coming out. Y'all better be ready. January, I'm hoping to come out with 2 songs at least. 2 songs. It really depends on the distribution company because there might still be delays after Christmas. I'm not too sure. If you guys would like to hear about my 2025 plans, because I got some big plans coming up, what you're gonna have to do is subscribe, like, comment on this video. Mostly subscribe because you'll get post notifications. So subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Listen to my new song, Winter Dew. It's out now. My good friend Keegan absolutely loves it, and if he loves something, you ought to love it too.